Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Ryce, and I'm your host for today's teleclass. I'd like to officially welcome you to Karen Ryce's World Movement for Raising Happy Kids. Today, Karen will be sharing with us the 7 steps to end conflict with kids. Just imagine you are going to experience the simple 7-step strategy that ends conflicts with kids. And everyone has a good time together. So stay with us for the next 30 minutes. Grab your notebook and pen and get ready to take down some really good notes that can make a difference in your family life. It's going to be an awesome topic that you wouldn't want to miss. If this is your first time to listen in to Karen's free teleclasses, we welcome you and thanks for tuning in. You are in for a treat, let me tell you. Karen Ryce is known as a miracle worker of education and parenting. She is famous for engineering happiness for kids and the adults in their lives through positive respect, without ever using punishment. Isn't that amazing? How many people do you know that you think might benefit from this class? Well, please keep them in mind and share this teleclass with them, and let's start a ripple effect for peace and support this world movement for raising happy kids. Karen, I just want to express my gratitude to you for doing this and giving all of us access to your knowledge and wisdom. Thank you for making a difference in our lives. Now, before I move on, I just want to give you a little bit of a background here. I met Karen last February of this year, 2015, at the Women's Chamber office. I was helping out with a membership at that time. She handed me a copy of her book, Parenting for the New Millennium. I took a quick glance at the contents, and I thought to myself, your work needs to be spread out to the world. Seriously, a lot of homes, schools, and organizations need to know about this, Karen. And so here we are today, doing just that, spreading her message and her work and bringing awareness to people about her certification program in raising happy kids. You can actually learn more about that, about raising happy kids, by visiting her website at happykidsco.com. This is my favorite part. Several years ago, she was given the name the Miracle Worker of Education and Parenting. She is famous for engineering happiness for kids and adults in their lives through positive respect without ever using punishment. So with no further delay, I'm proud to share with you my friend, the Miracle Worker of Education and Parenting, Karen Ryce. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Cherry. That's a fantastic introduction. Thank you.
Thank you.
Really great. So, I've been involved in education for 45 years, starting with Montessori training in India in 1970, after I'd finished my BA in anthropology. Discovering how to interact with children in ways that I like and they like has led me on an amazing adventure, including writing a book, giving talks, classes, creating a website, and on, and so it goes. And now I'm here with you. You are about to learn a strategy that puts an end to fighting, to angry children, to bullying, and many more problems, troubles, and struggles without punishment. I've never used this strategy with 2-year-olds. There is a class posted in this 5-class series about living and working with 2-year-olds. It's called 2-Year-Olds Making It Easier. However, today's strategy is worth learning for interacting with all other children. Even 3-year-olds have mastered it quickly. Today's strategy and the strategy for 2-year-olds are both part of the new certification program. I'll tell you more about that later on. Today, I'm going to share excerpts of a class called End Conflict Now, which has recently been changed to 7 Steps to End Conflict with Kids. I can't share the whole class today, but you can learn enough to begin ending conflict with and between the children you work or live with. And at the end of what I have time for, I'll tell you how to get more. This works at home and in early childhood education settings. Now imagine this. You are interacting with children, and there are no conflicts. Can you imagine no more conflicts? No fighting, no bickering, everyone getting along, everyone helping everyone getting what they need, everyone having a good time. Just imagine. Isn't that wonderful? Well, that's what we're going to make happen. To make this happen, you are going to learn one strategy, just one strategy. This could put a lifelong end to conflict in just one session. I know it sounds unbelievable, but it's true. It has happened. It may be rare, but it has happened. It has even happened that 3-year-old children have learned the whole strategy in one lesson, enough to apply it successfully. So don't think you're in for a rough time. It's simple. If you don't resist it, it's easy. It's powerful and effective. It works if you use it. That's all it takes. You just have to use it. So you might wonder how conflicts develop anyway. It starts with differences. In just about anything you can think of, there can be differences between two people. Picture this. No one has the same point of view. That means that no one physically looks out of your eyes except you. If 2 or more people are looking at the same thing, each person's point of view is different, if only slightly. That's not to say that we don't have many things in common, but when we have differences and do not know how to resolve them in a humane and peaceful manner, conflict develops. When the relationship between adults and children is involved, the invisible root cause comes into the picture. What is the invisible root cause? It's this. It's an attitude that adults have been programmed with from the time they were children. It dictates how they are to relate to the children under their care. As an 8-year-old boy once told me, they treat me like I'm a slave. The attitude that adults have developed says, I'm in charge. I say how things go, and they go the way I want. I can make you do what I say. In fact, it's my duty to do so. And I don't care what you say. Believing that just because you are the adult, you get to have things just the way you have thought of having them, without any consideration necessary for any children involved, is bound to create a situation of conflict. It's conflict waiting to happen. This attitude adds to the conflicts that develop because everyone has differences. And often people don't have the skills to resolve their differences peacefully. I'm sure you can imagine some of the differences in interests. Some of us like to read, and some of us would rather play video games. Differences in beliefs. Some of us believe in the work ethic, and some of us believe that life is a playground. Differences in values. Some of us believe in cooperation, and some of us believe in competition. Differences in likes and dislikes. Some of us like chili, and some of us don't. You may say that conflicts with kids develop because the kids did something you didn't like, or that made you mad, or that was wrong. But the differences between you and those children are at the basis of what they did and what your reaction is. The following examples are from an early childhood education situation, but I'm sure you can think of other kinds of examples that would happen at home. Think about it. When you are angry with the children you work with, it's because they wanted one thing and you wanted another. Whether it was over circle time, you wanted them to come to circle. They wanted to ride trikes or string beads. Snack time. You wanted them to wait their turn. They wanted to grab a quick snack and run. Cleanup. You wanted them to help with cleanup. They wanted to keep playing. Whatever the issue, out of the situation of conflict spring all the troubles that develop between adults and children. Fighting, disobedience, whining, defiance, disrespect, abuse. Learning how to harmonize differences, resolve conflicts in a humane and peaceful manner, and actually stop getting into conflicts is what this class is all about. What you learn in the other trainings in the Positive Respect series helps everyone avoid getting into conflicts in the first place. And all of this is part of the new certification program, the Happy Kids Trainer Certification Program. If you think of a conflict you have with someone 3 years older or older, then you can work on it while you learn this strategy. Before we start, here's a list of the 7 steps so you know what we're going to cover. 1, setting up the meeting. 2, the guidelines. 3, brainstorm. 4, eliminate. 5, negotiate. 6, act. 7, evaluate. We'll start with setting up the meeting. Now we get into the details, emphasizing what's important and why it works. So let's say that you've decided that it's time to have your first session. I don't know what particular issue you have chosen to deal with, but the whole strategy and all the steps involved will be clearer if you deal with only one issue the first time. I ask everyone if the time and place of the meeting is fine with them. Also, let everyone know what you're going to deal with and that only decisions that everyone likes will be made. This is the essence of the strategy. This is why it works, why it ends conflict. So don't forget to emphasize this feature. Be sure that you have paper and pen and a surface to write on. At the start of the meeting, be sure to state, 1, each of us is important. No one is more important than anyone else. And 2, we each deserve to like what we do, to feel good about it. Step 2, the guidelines. There are 4 guidelines that you need to cover and make sure that everyone understands them before you go on. 1, define the problem and write it down. Come to an agreement on exactly what the problem is. Make sure that everyone has the same understanding of the problem before you write the final version. First, state the problem, then check with everyone. Is this how they understand the problem? You all need to come to an agreement on exactly what the problem is before you write down the final version. After you write it down, double check to make sure that everyone agrees with the written version. It's important to get this clear and written before you continue with the rest of the process. Keep clarity during each step of the process. Double check if there is any chance of a misunderstanding. 2, whose problem is it really? Just because something is a problem for one person does not mean that it is a problem for everyone. Write down whose problem it is. Once you become comfortable with thinking of this aspect of problems, it makes things much clearer. For example, loud music may be a problem for some people and not for others. Toys all over the floor may drive some people crazy, but not bother others at all. Having tuna salad and pickled beets for lunch may torture some people and be a treat for others. Sometimes arguments develop because this distinction is not made, and one person is arguing that this issue means nothing to them. Making this distinction prevents this confusion. In fact, if they do not have a problem with this situation and they are not needed to find a solution, they do not need to participate unless they want to. If they want to participate, they might even come up with a solution. You can also use this distinction when you are inviting someone to a session by saying, I have a problem and I need your help to solve it. Would you please help me? People are much more likely to keep in a positive frame of mind if they are helping you with your problem than if they think you are saying that they're having a problem when the issue does not cause a problem for them. So be sure to write down whose problem it is. 3, the solution must be a win-win solution. Everyone needs to understand that no solution will be used if one person does not like it for whatever reason. Generally, there is no need for anyone to tell their reasons for not liking the idea. That idea will be crossed off the list of possible solutions. If only one part of an idea is not liked, only that part needs to be crossed off. Using it would be disrespectful to the person who does not like it. If all ideas are crossed off, or if the ideas left cannot solve the problem, you must brainstorm again. You can do it right then if everyone agrees to do so. However, it is more likely that you will have developed several ideas or parts of ideas to work with. For your information, in all the years I've been doing this, I have never had all the ideas crossed off when I've worked with kids. 4, no criticism during the brainstorming. Explain that the next thing that you're all going to do is think of how to solve the problem. Restate the problem. Tell them that to do this, you are going to do something called brainstorming. You're going to think of as many ideas as you can that might solve this problem. Each person is going to say their ideas out loud, and you are going to write them down. Before you start brainstorming, everyone needs to understand that during the brainstorming, no one criticizes any idea. This helps keep the ideas flowing. If comments are made, it can keep ideas from coming to mind. Negative comments can block the person whose idea got the comment, and it can also block other people who may be afraid of getting negative comments. Even positive comments can keep ideas from coming. They might keep other ideas from coming to people's minds and only draw ideas similar to the idea that got the positive comment. For now, please don't say anything about the idea. No sounds, no gestures. Make sure that everyone understands the importance of this and agrees to it. All ideas are written down. Remind everyone that the idea will not be used if someone does not like it. It will be crossed off in the list later. Step 3, brainstorm. Encourage the children to think of solutions for the problem. Now, let's think of how we can solve this problem. Then pause and look at the children. If no one else is ready to begin the brainstorming, you begin it. Start by stating the exact solution you'd like. Let the brainstorming begin. Write down every idea. When no one can think of any more ideas, you're done with brainstorming. Now you have your list of possible solutions. Step 4, eliminate. It's simple. Discuss and eliminate any possible solutions or parts of solutions that someone doesn't like. Cross off the idea or part of an idea. It is not usable. Using it would be disrespectful to the person who does not like it. This is the heart of this strategy. Without this step, the strategy has no serious power. This empowers everyone equally and completely. This is what makes believers out of all participants. This is what brings troubled teens to the table and other reluctant people. This creates a foundation of mutual respect and trust. It opens minds to understanding others' points of view. It brings harmony and peace of mind to all participants. Getting rid of unwanted ideas makes this a true positive respect strategy. I promise you that 3-year-old children have learned this strategy enough to begin using it on their own in 1 or 2 sessions. They might not have remembered all of the steps, but they have understood the essence of the strategy. Find what works for all involved. Step 5, negotiate. Negotiation, decide on acceptable win-win solutions. Maybe one idea or parts of several ideas will fit together to make a mutually agreeable plan for a solution. Be sure the decision is written down and that everyone understands it in the same way. Don't rush or skip this step. This is very, very important if it is to work. Misunderstandings cause a huge number of problems. Huge. Once you all agree on the ideas to use, now it's time to weave them into a plan that seems agreeable to everyone. Who does what, when, how. Just do the best you can. If the plan seems good to everyone, put it into action. After you try it out, if you find you need to tweak it or completely revise it, you can. This is such a valuable skill for everyone to master. Step 6, act. Put the solution or solutions into practice. Be sure that you have written down what each person is going to do so no confusion develops later. For example, if someone says, well, you said you were going to blah, 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 you can say, no, I didn't. I said I was going to do this. Come, look, we wrote it down. You might want to write this on a calendar or even make a special chart. Decide how you would all like to keep track of who is going to do what, when, and any other details involved in the solution. Be sure you agree when you are going to meet again for the follow-up meeting so you can report to each other about how the plan is working for you. This will be one of the first actions. Plan to meet after there is enough time to know if the plan is working. For some plans, it might be later that day. For other plans, it might be in a month. Make sure that everyone agrees to this also. It might be good for one of you to be responsible to remind the others that the meeting is coming up, if that's agreeable with everyone. That person could also help if a time change or any other kind of change is necessary for the follow-up meeting. Step 7, evaluate. Meet again and evaluate the success of the solution or solutions. At the end of your meeting, you schedule a time and place to meet for your follow-up meeting so that you can all report on how the solution is working for you. You not only scheduled the meeting at a time agreeable to all, you made sure that you scheduled it after you had enough time to actually see if the plan was going to work. If everything is going well for everyone involved, continue on. If anyone is having problems with the plan, maybe you can just tweak it, make little changes. If it's a bigger problem, you can go through the 7 steps again to find something that seems like it will work better. This is an important step of the strategy, and it's one that might get forgotten because it's not happening during the meeting. However, if it has been written and posted, it's not likely to be forgotten. Also, if someone does not like the way things are going, they are likely to speak up about it, and you might even have to meet sooner. It's fantastic how quickly this 7-step strategy brings harmony and eliminates conflict. Ending conflict is the amazing, unexpected result of using this simple power of respect strategy. You and the children can learn and use so many power of respect tools, skills, by using this one power of respect strategy. I should mention at this point that power of respect, the name power of respect has been changed to positive respect. But the name Power of Respect was the original name used for a long time. Okay, so you all accept that you are each important and you deserve a solution you like. You learn skills to help you communicate clearly, to write things down to keep communication clear. That if it isn't good for one of you, it's not an option. To take action, mutually acceptable action, how to brainstorm, how to negotiate, the essential importance of preparation and follow-up. Mediating for children. Mediating for children might easily be your first use of this positive respect strategy. If this is the case, it's most likely because they are having trouble at that moment. One of the best ways to jump right in is to ask, does anyone need some help or something similar? At this point, almost always at least one of them will speak up, eager to tell their side of the problem. Remember to tell them, we're going to find a way so you are both or all happy, because Each of us is important. No one is more important than anyone else. And we each deserve to like what we do, to feel good about it. Just remember the steps, but be ready to be flexible when and if the situation calls for it. Although there are several important, valuable skills involved in this strategy, if the children you're helping want to and initiate going right to finding a win-win solution before going through all of the steps, go for it. They have just shortened the learning curve. I learned of this possibility from 3-year-old children. Later, they can learn brainstorming and negotiation and the other skills learned in this strategy. But if they want to go for it, right to the prize, to the treasure of this strategy, be aware of this possibility and encourage it. This brings harmony to the children at your workplace or at home. We didn't have time for the mental rehearsal this time. Also, if you would like access to the complete class, the handouts, and the other classes, ebooks, videos, audios, etc., become a member of the Happy Kids member site. Actually, some of this now has been shifted into the certification, but the audios are still in the Happy Kids member site. Now, the membership is $19 a month. However, for a long time, I had a $1 sale, and there are still 3 places on that page, the sale page, where you can find membership for $1 a month. So if you look for them, grab them while they're still there. Also, if you know anyone, a friend, a sister, grandmother, anyone a teacher who might like to become certified as a Happy Kids trainer to help others raise happy kids, go to happykidsco.com, then scroll down, and near the bottom of the page, there's a box that says, Get Certified. And just click there, and you can find out all about the certification program. So that's it for today. Thank you all for being involved in this.
Wow. Thank you, Karen. I took down so much notes. I learned a lot. Just for the sake of the listeners, I just want to do a recap of what you covered. These are all what I took down, the 7 steps, setting up the meeting, guidelines, brainstorming, eliminate, negotiate, act, evaluate. Did I get them all, Karen?
Yeah, you did. You got them.
Awesome. Yeah, and I highlighted this part of my notes. The heart of this power of respect strategy is the eliminate process. And what you said, if it's not good for all of you, it's not an option. I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that is really the heart of this power of respect strategy. But anyways, thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Please subscribe to Karen Ryce's channel on YouTube so you can have access to the other 4 teleclasses that she had prepared for you, and visit her website to learn more about her certification program and become a member so you can enjoy the other audios that she has. And most especially, please share this video to others that can make a difference in their lives. Thank you once again, and enjoy your day. Thank you.